You should leave right now if your life is going good. Manipulation isn't for everyone, and those who had enough of everyone. Welcome to Psy Club. You're a lucky one and you'll know soon. So the method I'm going to share today is unisexual and can be used in different situations also, but for the sake of the video, I'm using male as an example now. If you don't know already, the reason most relationship breaks are because of someone third getting involved, and most common is girl's male best friend. Here are some examples from across the internet. Pause and read if you want. Now, what to do? First and most important thing, you should never say bad things about her best friend. I'll tell you why, but for now just listen to me. So never talk bad about him and sometimes even compliment her best friend. The goal of doing is to gain the trust of your girlfriend that you don't hate her any friends, or her male friend. Once this trust is built, it's actually time to game up. You can now move on to isolation manipulation. When the trust is built, isolation manipulation becomes a game. So what you have to do is add doubts in her mind about her friends, especially that male friend, and those doubts should be so subtle and indirect that she don't even know what's happening. Something like using an indirect example without even mentioning her male bestie, purely indirect. For example, if he talks bad about you behind your back to your girlfriend and you know that he does, then you can use that as an example and tell your girlfriend a random story at any random day that one of your old friend is so in depression as he just got out of the breakup and the reason is unknown, and after a day or so talk to your girl again about this and tell her the reason was another guy who was too close to his girlfriend. Now focus. It's the important part, yay. At this point, you have to add any common trait that your girlfriend's male best friend have and add that trait to the guy in story, which was the reason of the breakup. So she get a little doubt, and after that, don't forget to say something like, well, I'm glad your friends are nice, and then leave it at that. And once you start to put doubts in her mind, you can move to the next step of isolation manipulation, which is selective invitation. Now you have to exclude your girlfriend from the group outing and events where her male bestie will likely to be present, and you can't do this directly. You have to be strategic about it, like inviting her to different activity like movie night on a day where you knew she had plans to be at her best friend's or whatever. And obviously she don't have to know that you knew about her plans or it will be obvious. Now this will indirectly put her in a spot where she have to choose. But if she choose her best friend and tell you like, oh baby, I have plans for tonight with my best friend, then in this situation you can do two things. Firstly, you can use guilt trip, like telling her, I literally have all this plan and you want to go to your friends. Or you can be casual about it and say, yay baby, go to your friend. It's okay, my plan wasn't that special anyway. I won't recommend guilt trip because it's more direct, but if you choose the second option and be indirect, then in her mind she'll feel bad. Even if she does end up going to party, and if she didn't enjoy it there, she'll totally regret going there. Then you'll have the control over. Now the next method will add the seasoning on all of this you did, but before that, you need to hear this. The isolation techniques which I just told you was just like a drop of ocean. Isolation manipulation is whole ocean, which if I tried to explain here, this video will be so long, so yeah, I'll save it for another time. Now let's talk about the seasoning. So now that you have little to more trust and control over the situation, you can use the method which I created, so it's not anywhere on the internet. I call it the big light method. Allow me to explain and listen carefully. Imagine you're in a dark room with only one candle in your hand and you're reading a book. And basically you're used to read books in candle. You read books in candle every day, but one day I come to you with a brighter and advanced light bulb. It's just a common light bulb for me, but for you it's a very big thing as you can see more clearly now and read more better, so you'll appreciate it completely. Now that's what you have to do after gaining the control, is be the candle. You'll be the candle most of the time, not more. Not less, the right amount, only you can decide, because if you'll overdo, she'll leave, so keep it at bare minimum. And whenever she chooses you over her best friends, you have to be the light bulb. Basically, this will put in her that state where she'll crave the light bulb side of you more, and whenever she'll do something you want, boom, you're the light bulb again. That way she'll associate you being the light bulb in back of her mind whenever she'll listen to you. And don't forget, if you'll do it too much, you'll be easily caught and be in her list as controlling or manipulative boyfriend. There is still a lot to it, but the video will keep going to get longer and longer. I literally have a lot to suggest, say, and teach you. And also there are a few very basic things that you should never forget. I literally can't stress this enough. You need to be subtle. This is the most important one, and the other things are mood reading. Like imagine the mood of another person is happy, and without mood reading, you start your manipulation things like deep conversation or a deeper bond, but then they'll associate you with the serious convo and a spoil sport type, and no one wants to change their mood when they are happy. So it's important to read the mood before you move ahead, and always have a mask on. I know it sounds childish, but you can't show your true emotions that easily. I mean, yeah, you can be yourself, but I'm talking about negative emotions. Lastly, don't forget, everyone is nice. They just have their own problems. So don't use their emotions or these manipulation techniques in the wrong way. The world is about living and letting people live. Manipulation is just in case things are so out of control. Otherwise, just use it to either protect yourself or don't use it all. And this girlfriend scenario, remember you're not manipulating her. It's only to protect your relationship. Now, if you made it this far, here's a reward for you. I'll solve your scenario myself. Just use Club word indirectly in comments and type your situation in your reply, and I'll tell you what you should do. I'll make another long video according to the response I get in this one. Goodbye, old sport.